walk us through how to double check to make sure your separations are correct and matching the mock-up. So here's an example. We're going to use this North Mobile Christian School as an example. It's already been approved, so now we just need to go ahead and make sure we finalize the separation. So what I've done for you guys here is I've literally made a 7-step process to check art to make sure everything is correct. So you'll go through all of these to double check. And with that being said, let's just get started. So this is the back design. First thing I want to do is ensure the top of the design is resting on the top guideline. So let's click, select this image. It looks like it is, see, so we can pull it down or pull it up right to that line. So we're good there. After that, we'll move on to the second step, which is ensure design size matches the mock-up. So let's go to the mock-up really quick. The back is what we're working on right now. Back is 11 inches wide, so this should be 11 inches. So let's check this really quick. Let me expand that. 11 inches wide, so this is correct. So number 2 is down, so we're good there. Number 3, ensure design colors are converted to Pantone. This is a huge deal because a lot of times we forget maybe a stroke or something like that. So what I'll first do is I'll just start with something that I know got a stroke earlier, which is this transmission name. So I'm going to select this, the stroke on this. So there's the stroke. Make sure this is Pantone. It is. I want to make sure it's the same one. So I'm going to select same stroke color and then hide it. So I just hit it. So we're good there. Now I'm just going to select the fill. Same fill color. Since all this is black, I can just do that. And then I'm going to hide it. And nothing should be left, which means everything is in that PMS value. So we're good. I'm going to go hide the guidelines here. All right, so we're moving on. Ensure PMS values are in the correct PMS color. So that means that the values down here, the text down here. So we have, so far we have black. Let's make sure that's in PMS black. It is. And then this is in the separation color, which is what I said earlier, or not separation, but the guideline color. So ensure PMS values are in the correct PMS color, job number, and other info in the guidelines. So that's what I just did here. This should be in the guideline color. So we're good there. So we'll move on to number 5. Ensure all text is converted to outlines. I did not do this art, but I do not believe that there's any text that has not been converted already. It looks like all these are in outlines. Just in case it was, you would do this. So obviously you don't have to convert this text, but you select this, just in case you don't know, go to type, create outlines, and bam, now it's converted to an outline. So I'm going to just undo that because we don't need to undo that part, or we don't need to convert that. Number 6, this is what we talked about earlier, ensure entire image meets the minimum line thickness. So we did have a couple sponsors that we were worried about, so we'll take this up and just double check really quick. Typically what you do is you'd gaze this and like, oh, I'm a little worried about that. I'm a little bit worried about this. So we could use this as an example. I want to check the thickness of this to make sure it's thick enough. And it looks like it's going to be. Yep, so that's definitely thick enough, so we're good there. And then the other one we could check is the Allstate. Or sorry, the State Farm, not the Allstate. Getting the insurance companies confused. Yep, and I would just do the letters. It's going to be easier. So this top of this N can measure that and make sure it's wide enough. And it looks like it is. It's a good match. So we're good there. Put that back. So we've done all the steps so far, except now we're at number 7, reduce artboard from the bottom. We talked about this earlier. We can bring this up a little bit. We don't want to move it down because we have this top part lined up by inch. This is at the 0, this is at the 1, this is at the 2-inch marker. Of course, somebody's calling me right now. All right, and the last thing we want to do, again, is to just reduce the artboard as much as we can. So I'm going to do it right here. Sorry, people are laughing in the background. Just going to bring this up to about an inch. and then reduce the artboard. See, make sure I got this right. And there it was. Even though that wasn't a lot, I just reduced it. So that's the 7-step process, and then you just save it and then add it to the folder, and you're good to go.